You're so desperate you turn to the worst possible place. This is the Love Doctors on the Playhouse in the morning.
And submit these anytime on the Be in the Playhouse page online at 184.com. Love Doctors, you are the love gurus. I have a problem with my wife and the dog. I am an animal lover, but she is too passionate when it comes to this dog. She just bought him his own chair for our living room, and it cost $700. And every night he sleeps between us and hogs the covers. She won't kick him out, and I'm tired of this. How do I say, listen, the dog can't outrank your husband?
I think you just have to say that. However, you can't just kick the dog to the curb. I like the idea of him having his own chair. $700 for a chair? A little pricey, yeah. So compromise with her. Say, that one's a little bit much. How about this one I found at Walmart for $100?
Well, and you know what? If you're going to go down this route where you're doing this, that, and the other for this dog, let's kick it up a notch and say, listen, okay, by all means, let's buy him his own things. Let's start next to the bed because I don't like him in between us.
That's a good idea.
You know, go. If you're already spending $700 on a chair, might as well buy him a bed, too, while you're at it.
That is a good segue into it. Say, you got him this chair, let's get him a bed because he can't be laying in our bed anymore.
I think that, you do have to pick your battles. Obviously, she's very attached to this dog. That is supposed to be your marital bed. I think that you can go ahead and say, I don't like this. And that can be a conversation. And if you feel the need to, try to also tackle the expensive goodies for the dog, too. Well,
I think just start with the bed. If it's disrupting your sleep and then you're waking up grumpy, crabby, struggling at work, you got to say something.
Love Doctors, you are the love gurus. My girlfriend is very angry at me, but I just am very particular. We've been dating each other for about 3 months, and I always ask her to leave at about 11:30 p.m. Why? Because I sleep better when I am alone. I understand that if we were to do something long term, eventually we would be under the same roof. But right now, I would prefer she sleeps at her place and I sleep at mine. She's also mad because I never stay over at her place. I always excuse myself at least before midnight and go home to my own place. Is this a valid concern of hers that I don't want to spend the night with her?
Yeah, I think you at least have to compromise. Have some sleepovers on the weekends.
Yep.
I get you sleep better by yourself. Save that for weekdays when you have work the following day. But weeknights, whether you're staying at her house, you need to do it. Or she's spending the night at your place. Weeknights, sleepovers. Or weekends.
Yeah, she can maybe be accommodating to a point, but with a relationship, there's going to be some sleepovers, and that's just kind of part of it. And I think you do run the risk of maybe losing whatever you got there if you refuse to ever spend the night. It kind of sends the message like this is not serious.
You're going to have like an adjustment period. But after a while, I think you'll probably sleep better with her. I don't like sleeping alone. However, Steven slept on the couch the other night because he fell asleep watching Survivor.
Oh, he's so sad.
I got some of the best sleep of my life.
Uh-oh. That's not where I thought that was going.
I took over the whole bed. I knew he was going to stay up late, and usually he can just kind of push me over if I take up too much space. He slept out there. I never got moved over, so I didn't wake up in the middle of the night getting scooched. I got the whole bed to myself. It's been a long time since I've gotten a whole bed.
You got you one of them sleep divorces brewing.
No, I can't do that long term.
Uh-oh. And Love Doctors, you are the love gurus. This isn't actually about my romance, but a good friend of mine. She's having a really hard time moving on from a breakup, and she routinely asks me to drive past her ex-boyfriend's place to see if there's anybody there with him at kind of odd hours. I've tried to go ahead and do this for a few times, but at this point, we're so far removed from their breakup, I think it's unhealthy. How do I say I'm not doing that anymore?
You got to give her that tough love. Tell her it's time to move on. You're not going to be doing it anymore. For her own good. Say, I'm being a supportive friend. You can't keep doing this. It's going to make you feel worse. We're moving on. I'm not pushing you into dating, but I'm pushing you into focusing on yourself.
Probably that. What if you said, you know what, I just saw him go into his place. I got to be honest with you. This girl is beautiful.
No.
So beautiful.
You know what she's going to do now?
Drive over there.
Be even more crazy, making laps around the block. She just wants to get a glimpse of that girl now.
You got a whole harem going in there. Just like there was several just beautiful women.
No, because that I think is going to make her more curious. You just have to give her tough love. Say, we're not doing this anymore. You got to stop focusing on him.
That's probably the healthy move. What if you went the opposite route? What if you said, you know what, I actually did see him go in there with a woman, but oh boy, you're so much prettier than her. Is that what she wants? Like, what is it she wants there?
But then I think that still she's going to be obsessive about that, and she's going to want to see this person. Not a good idea.
Tell me about this troll that he has settled for. Okay. So there's really no, tough love, you think, is the best route here?
I think that's the best route, and just she needs to don't push her into dating. It's not like you need to say, okay, time for you to get on dating apps or anything, but just give up on him.